Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Bonnie Jarrett from the National Football League, and we're happy to be here for the first ever Super Bowl in fabulous Las Vegas. Today, we are pleased to share with you several important developments in the NFL's efforts to fight criminal enterprises that are preying on NFL fans and their enthusiasm for the game by trafficking in counterfeit merchandise and tickets, including the counterfeit merchandise on display here. The NFL is fortunate to have the support of both federal and state law enforcement agencies here in Las Vegas, Henderson, the state of Nevada, and around the country. Joining us today to speak about Operation Team Player, a nationwide law enforcement effort to disrupt the sale of counterfeit sports merchandise and tickets, are Katrina Berger, Executive Associate Director at Homeland Security Investigations, Troy Miller, Senior Official performing the duties of the Commissioner at U.S. Customs and Border Protection, William Scott, Chief of Investigations at the Office of the Nevada Attorney General, and my colleague Michael Buchwald from the NFL. As we lead up to Super Bowl 58, the NFL has continued its ongoing efforts to give fans an authentic NFL experience and protect them from the sale of counterfeit merchandise and tickets through civil enforcement efforts and through close collaboration with law enforcement, including the agencies with me here today. Our message to NFL fans today is simple. Watch out for criminals who are looking to scam consumers and illegally profit off the popularity of the NFL, your favorite team, and the Super Bowl. Don't put yourself at risk. Buy authentic NFL merchandise from established retailers that you know and trust. Counterfeiters increasingly focus on the e-commerce space, including advertising on social media and selling through online marketplaces and copycat websites. Many of those unscrupulous online operators not only sell counterfeit products and tickets, but also may steal your financial information in sales transactions. Shop with care. Ensure that you are purchasing from a legitimate online retailer before checking out and handing over your payment information. Counterfeiting continues to also take place at brick and mortar locations, from malls to pop-up shops and from flea markets to street peddlers. Those counterfeiters don't only prey on the fans, but also hurt the local Nevada businesses, the legitimate retailers, and the licensees who support the local economy and play by the rules. Protecting NFL fans continues to be a top priority during this week's Super Bowl events, just as it is year-round. The NFL supports enforcement efforts across the country and around the globe in both the brick-and-mortar and e-commerce space. Those efforts continue to be successful. For example, over the last year alone, the NFL has enforced against hundreds of thousands of counterfeit e-commerce listings, ads, sites, and sellers. As counterfeiters change their tactics, the NFL remains committed to a broad range of consumer protection measures. I'll now turn it over to my colleague Mike Buchwald to discuss our efforts to combat the sale of counterfeit Super Bowl tickets.
Thank you, Bonnie. With all the excitement heading into Sunday's game, we wanted to take a moment to remind fans to be careful of scammers selling fraudulent Super Bowl tickets. Every year, we see fans who arrive at the stadium on game day only to be turned away because their tickets are not valid. The NFL has devoted significant resources to providing our fans several options to securely purchase tickets to NFL games, including the Super Bowl. A prime example of these efforts is the establishment of the NFL Ticket Network in 2018. This network of ticket resale sites employs technological measures to definitively verify the authenticity of NFL tickets sold via each participating platform. The NFL Ticket Network currently consists of the Ticketmaster NFL Ticket Exchange, the official ticket exchange of the NFL, and SeatGeek. In a continuing effort to reduce ticket fraud and provide our fans a seamless ticketing experience, Super Bowl 58 tickets will continue to be all digital. There are no hard stock tickets for Super Bowl 58. We encourage all ticket holders to download the NFL One Pass app to access their tickets, and then to add their tickets to their phone's Apple Wallet or Google Pay app for quick and easy access on game day. Authentic tickets may also be rendered through the applications of Ticketmaster and SeatGeek. Please be advised that Super Bowl 58 tickets utilize technology that creates an encrypted barcode that refreshes. Screenshots of tickets, PDF tickets, or anything else purporting to be a digital or hard stock ticket are not valid and will not get you into the game. To help protect yourself from the inadvertent purchase of fraudulent tickets, buy only from reliable, reputable sources that you can trust, such as the NFL Ticket Exchange by Ticketmaster, On Location, and other ticket resale sites in the NFL Ticket Network. Do not buy tickets from unreliable sources, whether online, outside the stadium, or elsewhere that leave you open to fraud. Always use a credit card or other secure form of payment. Avoid cash transactions which are risky and untraceable. If ordering through mobile or online, ensure that the site offers a fully secure ordering process and protects your personal information. Be wary of tickets that are advertised at a price below market value or that appear too good to be true. Again, our message is simple. Don't put yourself at risk. Watch out for criminals who are looking to scam you, and please buy tickets only from reliable sources. We'd now like to invite Katrina Berger, Executive Associate Director at HSI, to tell us about Operation Team Player.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Katrina Berger, here representing the National Intellectual Property Rights Coordination Center. I'd like to start by thanking all the federal, state, and local law enforcement officers who have worked with the IPR Center and the NFL, dedicating tremendous amounts of time and resources to make Super Bowl 58 safe and enjoyable for fans traveling to Las Vegas from all around the world. As many of you know, the IPR Center leads the fight against intellectual property theft and investigates the sale, manufacture, and distribution of counterfeit goods. But we aren't alone in this fight. With help and support from the NFL and all the other major sports leagues, U.S. Customs and Border Protection, Homeland Security investigations, the Nevada Attorney General's Office, and a legion of federal, state, and local law enforcement personnel, we work around the clock to target the people and criminal organizations involved in counterfeiting. The criminals thrive on major sporting events like Super Bowl 58. They profit from manufacturing and selling things like unlicensed and counterfeit apparel, merchandise, and tickets. And fans usually don't even know they're being swindled. They spend their hard-earned money on fake Chiefs jerseys and hats, tickets that won't get them into games, unlicensed counterfeit 49ers memorabilia that falls apart as soon as they get it home and put it in the washing machine. And that's why we've established Operation Team Player, a year-round initiative that enables us to seize millions of dollars in counterfeit products that harm sports fans, small businesses, companies that manufacture and sell legitimate products, and trademark holders. Over the last year, under the IPR Center and Operation Team Player, U.S. Customs and Border Protection and Homeland Security investigations seized 94,000 shipments containing goods that violated intellectual property rights. Some of these items are on display down below here on the table. That equates to nearly $29.1 million in counterfeit goods that would have flooded legitimate marketplaces, disrupting the normal flow of commerce. Counterfeiting is not a game. It's a serious crime that affects everyone here in Las Vegas and those of you watching from home. The IPR Center has a message for anyone who's trying to profit from counterfeit merchandise. Stop it now. We're committed to protecting sports fans, rights holders, small businesses, and others, and we will seize your merchandise and shut down your operations. There's no question about it. We take our obligation very seriously, and we're on a mission to tackle intellectual property theft wherever we find it. We're going after the criminals who try to sell fakes to the fans who just want to support their favorite teams. Our message to consumers is this: shop smart. You should only shop with trusted retailers, especially online, which ensures you get the quality you expect while you support your favorite teams. Otherwise, you're at risk of identity theft, financial fraud, and other crimes. When you buy in person, look out for poor quality, sloppy stitching, missing security labels, or irregular markings on apparel. And whether you purchase online or in person, keep your records and compare them to your bank statements. If you find discrepancies, report them to your bank immediately. Visit iprcenter.gov/opteamplayer to learn more about how to avoid buying fakes when you're looking for your 49ers or Chiefs or any other sports teams' jerseys, merchandise, or souvenirs. The IPR Center and the NFL are working around the clock to protect fans, business owners, and everyone else involved, and will keep working it through Super Bowl 58 and beyond. And even if we're on different teams this weekend, we can still agree that we're here to support our favorite teams and players. And just remember, true fans keep it real. Thank you.
Thank you, Katrina. I'm Troy Miller from Customs and Border Protection. Good afternoon. It's my honor to stand here alongside federal, state, and local, and my NFL partners. I am proud to be here at Super Bowl 58, representing U.S. Customs and Border Protection and our incredible personnel who keep America safe and secure every day. This week, men and women from CBP are here in Las Vegas alongside our law enforcement partners to support security operations for Super Bowl 58. CBP has a long-standing partnership with the NFL, and we are proud to be here supporting this true team of teams, ensuring the safety and security of this week's event, and of course, the big game. CBP is our nation's front line, protecting the American people, safeguarding our borders, and enhancing our economic prosperity. In this role, we also serve as a defender against intellectual property theft and violations. We intercept counterfeit and pirated goods like electronics, purses, personal care items, and yes, even NFL apparel and memorabilia, as you see right here in front of me. It seems harmless to buy a knockoff jersey or your favorite NFL player's jersey, but intellectual property theft is not a victimless crime. It is a practice that undermines the nation's economic integrity and poses serious risk to public health and safety. These pirated or counterfeit goods can contain harmful and banned materials, and the proceeds often support a range of illegal activity and criminal networks. Intellectual property theft also threatens U.S. businesses, robs hardworking Americans of their jobs, and negatively impacts the economy. Put simply, it's a bad deal. CBP is vigilant when it comes to IPR enforcement. Leading up to the Super Bowl, criminal organizations escalate their efforts to make a quick profit and defraud consumers by smuggling counterfeit NFL merchandise. Our Los Angeles CBP officers and import specialists from CBP Centers of Excellence and Expertise are the front line in detecting and intercepting these illicit goods before they enter the U.S. These officers and specialists have been working since the end of January to identify and intercept suspicious shipments once the Super Bowl teams were known. We are also conducting operations such as Super Fake 10 in Erlanger, Kentucky, Operation Intercept in New York that are focused on counterfeit NFL merchandise coming into the U.S. that are related to the Chiefs and 49ers. CBP officers working with Homeland Security investigation agents and local partners are also giving out cease and desist letters to vendors selling counterfeit NFL merchandise in and around Allegiant Stadium campus. But we can't stop this crime alone. Enforcing intellectual property rights takes a team. CBP works with our partners, like those here with me on stage, federal agencies, foreign governments, and private sector partners like the NFL to protect America's innovation and competitiveness. We partner with the National Intellectual Property Rights Coordination Center to exchange enforcement and targeting data and to participate in multi-agency operations that target counterfeit and pirated goods. One is Operation Team Player, mentioned by my colleague, a year-round global effort developed by the IPR Center to crack down on the illegal importation of counterfeit sports-branded merchandise. Every day, we are going after the manufacturers and the sellers of these items, shutting them down and bringing them to justice. We are also working closely with the trade community. We routinely receive training from trademark holders like the NFL who educate our officers on how to look for counterfeit items. This teamwork is critical. Together we can combat the flow of illicit products and protect public safety. Fans, we need your help. Don't buy counterfeit or pirated goods. We all like to show support for our favorite NFL teams. There is no better way to show that support than to make sure the jerseys and other teams' items you purchase are legitimate. If something seems too good to be true, it probably is. Only shop at trusted retail locations and verified online retailers, and make sure the seller has a working U.S. phone number and a legitimate address in the U.S. The men and women of CBP are working hard every day to ensure the goods sold in the U.S. are authentic and not the result of piracy, counterfeiting, or poor labor practices. It's a top priority as we protect America 24/7. Thank you, and I'd like to turn it over to William Scott from the Nevada Attorney General's Office.
So, good evening. My name is Chief William Scott. I'm the Chief of Investigations for the Nevada Attorney General's Office. Attorney General Aaron Ford would like to express his apologies for not being able to attend today. First, I'd like to thank you for having me here today to discuss intellectual property crimes and the economic damage that sellers of counterfeit goods can have on our communities. If you've heard Aaron Ford, Attorney General Aaron Ford, speak before, you've likely heard him reference the 5 C's, the guiding principles of his office. These are constitutional rights, criminal justice and reform, consumer protection, client service, and community engagement. The Office of the Attorney General's job is protecting Nevada's from counterfeit goods, scammers, and differential economic impact. Is one of the many ways we fulfill our obligations under the C of consumer protection. The Office of the Attorney General, intellectual property crimes are a massive drain on the economy, affecting everything from companies' bottom lines to the economic expectations of everyday Americans. The myth of these crimes are victimless is deceptive. These are not victimless crimes. They impact companies, which in turn impacts the American workforce who relies on these companies for well-paying jobs. They also defraud the American public. Buyers may pay higher prices for substandard products, not understanding that they are counterfeit. Businesses that use IP extensively have been shown to be powerful economic drivers. These industries account for 41% of the domestic economic output and 44% of the U.S. employment in 2019. Workers in these industries are more likely to earn higher wages, participate in employer-sponsored health insurance and retirement plans, and veterans, excuse me. These are good jobs. They are jobs that we need to protect. For law enforcement and investigators like ourselves, that means helping these companies protect their IP and stopping intellectual property crimes from occurring wherever possible. In 2023, investigators with our office seized over 60,000 counterfeit or misbranded items. These items had a total retail value of over $10 million and a street value of over $800,000. I want to take a moment to thank my team of investigators who worked tirelessly to help support these efforts. As we approach the Super Bowl, our office and other law enforcement agencies are on the lookout for counterfeit merchandise. Sports merchandise, especially focused around such a high-profile event such as the Super Bowl, is a common target for intellectual property crimes or for intellectual property criminals and counterfeiters. In fact, NFL jerseys and other brand items, as well as other sport merchandise like NBA jerseys, were commonly found in our office's seizures last year. They are popular items on the black market. In Nevada, our state statute is modeled after the Uniform Deceptive Trade Practices Act, and charges under the statute may either be brought criminally or civilly. During the 2021 legislative session, lawmakers passed changes to the statute that increase criminal penalties for the violation of state statute. Criminal violations, which used to be misdemeanors only, are now tiered with amounts and the penalties to follow general fraud and theft violations. This statute gives us tools we need to go after these selling knockoff counterfeit goods. And make no mistake, if you peddle counterfeit merchandise in Nevada, we will go after you. As always, education is important when it comes to those issues or these issues. Proactive education geared towards our communities on intellectual property crimes and intellectual property as a whole is an important strategy for containing these crimes. People need to be made aware that the creation of these products are often child forced labor and unsafe working conditions, that proceeds from counterfeit goods can be used to fund other illicit crimes. In 2010, the National Crime Prevention Council surveyed Americans in multiple cities around the country. They found that most people cannot even accurately describe intellectual property crimes or even tell you what intellectual property crimes are. And many didn't know that their purchase of counterfeit or pirated products hurts other people in communities. 52% said they did not know where to find information on these topics, and 63% said they needed more information. Now, these numbers are older, but it's clear that the education and information is critical part of stopping counterfeiting and pirating of intellectual properties. A combined and proactive education and rigorous investigation of these crimes is needed to protect Americans, businesses, and the public from unfair and untenable business practices. I want to end by thanking you all for coming out today and affirm that our office, the Nevada Attorney General's office, and those agencies that are here today will be on the lookout for those who will attempt to skirt our intellectual property laws ahead of the Super Bowl. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief Scott. Thank you, Ms. Berger. Thank you, Mr. Miller. We appreciate you being here today and the support of all your agencies and the many other law enforcement agencies that assist us throughout the year. Thanks, everybody, for attending today's press conference. Once again, we would like to remind fans, remain vigilant, don't put yourself at risk, buy NFL merchandise and tickets from trusted and reputable sources, and above all, enjoy the game this Sunday. Thank you.